Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to NinjaTrader Live. I'm Tracy Shuchart, senior economist, and here's what happened while we were away. Obviously, we've had oil swinging sharply between gains and losses today. What happened is earlier this morning, reporters reported that mediators, I'm using this in quotes, have proposed a 10-day cessation of strikes between U.S. and Iran as a means to find a way to revive the interim U.S. peace deal. That said, we haven't heard from Iran or the United States on that. This was from mediators. Then we had Iran's foreign ministry earlier said that they had received proposals from mediators regarding the war with Iran without elaborating exactly what they were on. We saw two large sell-offs in crude oil. They have since pared back some of those gains, with Yemen's Iran-backed Houthi rebel group said they are going to impose a ban on maritime traffic from Saudi Arabia. Now, this is a potential threat because this would be a ban in the Red Sea. And we know that Saudi Arabia increased flows to the Yanbu pipeline so that they could get most of their exports out and avoid the Strait of Hormuz. So if they do indeed close the shipping route to Saudi Arabia, I think the market is severely mispricing risk. That would take another 7% of global oil flows off of the market. That's how much Saudi Arabia does export. And that's going to be a problem. Then just before we went on air, Trump posted, every time Iran kills an American soldier, they'll pay for that killing many times over. This directive has been passed on to Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth then retweeted this. So it doesn't really sound like there is a peace deal, but we'll have to see what's happening. And we are also, I want to note that we are having some of these bigger moves in the option or in the oil markets because of there's a popular trade right now going on. I talked about this last week, but what traders are doing is they're buying near the money $1 put spreads in case Trump tacos. And so what is happening is when they are long puts, we got market makers short the puts. So in order to hedge their risks, if the market starts to move down, market makers have to sell into the futures markets to hedge their portfolio. So that is why we are going to see some outsized moves in the oil market. So just be aware of that, whatever side of the trade you are on. We do have Treasury yields are down again today with break-evens and real yields leading to a rise in overall yields. But it's the continued increase in term premiums which threatens to move yields even higher. We've got tips. Yields reached a new 18 high today, even after inflation relief from last week's CPI and PPI reports. We've got some fund managers like PGIM are talking about a yield reset higher, and they anticipate 5.5% for the long bond. That's a 30-year. And that would be an interesting prospect for the market. And the reason equity traders need to be cognizant of this is because if we have higher yields in the 10 and the 30 year, what happens is that investors eye higher yields as attractive, and so they tend to sell risk assets and move into the bond market. So you have to be very careful when these moves and yields come, particularly if we're talking higher for longer, particularly if we're talking 5.5% or higher. So just keep a 10-year chart up. We keep telling you that, but it definitely does matter when we get to these levels. Not surprising, chip makers are rallying, even though 2% of the 2%, we've rallied 2%, sorry, the semiconductors today as NVIDIA and Broadcom propped up the equity market, and that's as most shares on the S&P 500 actually fell. So breadth is very poor today. We also did have Alphabet shares climb 3% after they reported the company is developing a new server chip internally dubbed Frozen V2, designed to run on Gemini models more efficiently. So all the rage on that. And then really quickly, in some alternate news, GE Aerospace has carried out the world's first high-altitude flight assisted by a hybrid electric propulsion engine as part of its arsenal of technologies for future jet engines being showcased today at the Farnborough Air Show. Proponents say the combination of traditional electric can be used when needed to help the aircraft get higher, faster, and contribute to ambitious targets for lower fuel consumption. And with that, I will pass it to Jim for an Edge report.
Thank you, Tracy. All right, we're going to cover a lot of ground in a small amount of time right now. We're going to start with the 30-year Treasury bonds, which Tracy just mentioned, and you can see a pretty big red candle here. This is selling off, which means yields are going up, inverse related. We have a previous week low here at 110.12. We haven't traded that low since, well, way back here in May, and then if you go back further to the left, even further back. So there are some targets on the downside, though, as this thing continues to go down. A 5.5% yield, I don't know what the calculation is, how low we'd be to get there, but we do have the calendar year low right here is going to be an ultimate target if we break out past this 110.12 low that we saw on the 14th of July. So we'll keep an eye on this, but this is a significantly large candle on a day which is ordinarily slow across some of the other markets. Intraday, I mean, this is a grind down. I mean, we had the bell ring and then we just kept on grinding down slowly. Now, we did hit S1, so we found a little bit of support here at 110.19, 30 seconds. And the pivot levels are kind of important, folks, especially on big institutional markets like the 30-year Treasury bonds. So keep them on your screen. JAX2 is the next target down at 110 and 16. 30 seconds. Let's shoot over to the Bitcoin. We talked about this morning with some net inflows being positive for the first time in a long time recently. We cut a bid here. We're kind of moving up right now. We broke out of this area of resistance here, approximately 65,100. I'll round it up a little bit. And we're right at previous week's highs right now at 65,740, poised for a breakout higher. What are your targets? Well, I'm looking at this chart. We have the swing high right here, which is really close to that 38.1% retracement I had at 67,353. A close above that, I'm going to be eyeing that right now. But we got to break out. We got to break out above the swing high right now for me to be really pumped up about it. You know, RSI is only at 53-ish, but it's sloping up nicely, and it has been sloping up nicely. There's no divergence. It's all convergence here with respect to these lows on the 1st of July. Intraday, well, a little zigzag action happened, but we have a double distribution that's formed. So there was a pop, and this pop happened at 1040 to 1050 for some reason, and we started trading up with some volume sideways here. We do have a competing point of control. We got to get a little bit more volume up here at 65,555 for it to be the winner. The official point of control is a little bit lower here at 64,760. So the Bitcoin is on the move up. Targets above, there's not a lot. We have a Mentor Q blind spot too. If we get a break up higher, 66,485. Write that one down. On the downside, you know, this first upper standard deviation band, or +1 as Stowe would call it, is still pretty much support right here, and we're kind of far away from it just glancing at the chart, but not really. It's at 65,365. So we'll see if we get any kind of V-wave touch. But right now we have a double top going on at R2, and we're trying to break higher up on the screen. Let's shoot over to Dr. Copper, though. Dr. Copper's another one, as we mentioned earlier, Tracy mentioned earlier this morning. LME inventories and China inventories are low right now. We have a pretty big, ginormous green candle here. Nice trend line sloping nicely upward. RSI sloping nicely upward. Previous week's highs is in target. That's at 6.4435. Thank you for these lines on my chart, Selma. Appreciate you. And then we have the other thing that's interesting here is we have a swing high, lower swing high, lower swing high, swing low, lower swing low. But what happened? We have a higher swing low, another higher swing low, and a higher swing high. So this trend is pretty positive right now. And Dr. Copper, I don't think it's over. I think we have more room to grow on the upside. Intraday here, we just kind of, that first standard deviation band for VWAP is the price. It's just the gift that keeps on giving. We've been every candle so far, even though it's upward sloping, just about every candle's traded through it. So keep your eye on that first standard deviation band. Point of control is firmly at the top of the chart here. This is super bullish for the rest of the day as well as for tomorrow. Targets for today on the upside, 6.3800. That represents that 1-day max as well as that 0 DTE high vol level. On the downside, again, keep an eye on the VWAP bands right now. I would be surprised, shocked even, I tell you, shocked if we can get to that 6-spot 3220 session VWAP here, but that's the downside target. That is this afternoon's Ed Report. We are ready to trade the close. We have with us today Jack Gleason, Joey Morgan, being accompanied by the night marathons in Stowe 42. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Let's go. How are we doing?
Good
Hey, buddies.
afternoon.
Doing good, man. I'm pumped up. So much stuff coming down, and we have Tanya, Selma, and Lumi going head to head right now.
How's that going?
Well, good question. I haven't checked lately. We'll get it up I'll get it up on the board here a little bit later, but it's going good. I mean, they're not messing around. They're these P&Ls are moving around, so I know they're trading. So that's going to be fun. Hopefully, if you're participating, everybody, in today's micro showdown, you're doing well. I wish you all the best of luck, and thank you for participating in that. We have later on tomorrow, 4 o'clock, AJ and Delhi, brand new Discord channel, live, 4 p.m. If we'll get that link into the whoa, I'm getting a little too excited here, into the chat. There it is. There's giveaways too, and live Q&A. That's tomorrow. And then, of course, single stock futures are just right around the corner. I'm super pumped up about that.
Look at my boy AJ, looking so good, looking so classy.
He did, man. I got to meet him at Darlington Racetrack.
He told
Which
me
is,
the
by the
time of
way,
legends, apparently.
Darlington's a small racetrack, and it was a truck race. And literally, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in the middle of nowhere. I was talking about it this weekend. I was hanging out with the son of Max Pappas, who's a famous race car driver, and he's also the grandson of Emerson Fittipaldi, this kid I was hanging out with this weekend. This race car business is a big deal, guys. It's not a small deal. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let's go around, Joey. I'm pumped up today, man. Joey, what are you thinking about the market this afternoon?
Really just, I mean, we've been hovering, VWAP and bouncing off IB low. I really don't think we have much more downside to go. I think we might see a rally back up here, maybe back towards the IB mid. To be honest, with how things are moving, it wouldn't surprise me to see just consolidation in the middle of the range for NASDAQ. And that's just kind of what I'm looking for, what I'm leaning towards. Maybe we get a pop above IB mid here, but I'm really going to be just watching to see if we do continue to hold VWAP here and continue to catch strength. Maybe there's some long opportunities that we get here in the NASDAQ, but really I'm leaning a little bit more towards we consolidate just somewhere in the middle of the range for the rest of the afternoon.
Very, very awesome. We're going to save Jack for last. Stowe, what are you thinking?
I am actually leaning on the short side today, silly as that might sound for a Monday. We are below and rejecting a bunch of stuff but today is kind of also already done for me. It did a lot of the things that I look for it to do. The only thing that's interesting about today, that feels weird, is we have not visited the previous day close on both ES and NQ. There is a seller that is around. They've made progress a bunch of times, and we have made lower lows on ES at least into the afternoon. So I don't know. I've been positioned for it a couple times, and then just like right now, was positioned at 75.13, got one off for 5 points, got stopped for 2.5 points on the runner. So it's kind of how that's going for me today. Or we could just stay here, like Joey said. I don't know.
I got a question for you, Stowe.
Yeah.
Is it? How do you know it's the same seller? Is it the same guy coming back, or is it different people at the same level?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I don't know. It
Who
could
cares?
be anything. Could
Yeah.
be a million different sellers. They are acting exactly the same though. Like it is aggressive selling. It's not just like they're crossing the spread and trying to push lower. They're not really getting anywhere, but I don't know. On NQ, I was short. I'm getting momentum shorts to work at the lower half of the range is what makes me feel like there is some initiative selling somewhere. It's just going to be hard to catch because catching the sell is hard.
Yeah, I gotcha. I'm really impressed though by the Nasdaq's session VWAP. It's almost picture perfect. I mean, we have a little weirdness going on around the prior day high RTH, prior day high, but other than that,
Yeah.
it was really, really kind of a sweet looking chart. I might cut and paste it and put it in my book.
Yep. I agree.
All right, all right. Thank you, Stowe.
Sure.
Jack, I'm just bracing myself for you, man. I don't know how many trades you got on right now. Oh, we got the scanner.
Yeah, just got to, my scanner's reading to me that copper is the best trending market to the upside. So that's been my breadwinner here today. Earlier this morning, I had a position hit two of my three targets, was stopped out on break even on the third I don't know if there was like a headline there or whatever. But anyway, after that little shakeout happened, I was fine. I was locked in for profits anyway. Re-entered as soon as we kind of found a base again, holding that. We're up on highs of the day here. The thing's been trending, and I gravitate towards this. I just simply let this little scanner tell me, hey, what market should you trade and what direction should you trade them? And then for the indexes, for the last 3 days, I've had the Russell trending to the upside the most. So I've focused my longs in the Russell there today, and I have a position in the Russell. I'm hoping, I do have some resistance just slightly above this high near like 79s. I'm hoping we can get through. Top side of what I'm looking for is going to be 81s here. Not expecting a whole lot of the indexes. They do seem pretty range bound. So I'm keeping that, in the back of my mind. I'm not looking for really a break of high or low of the day going into the end of this session. It could happen, but it's not part of my trade blend. I'm just looking to trade the lower end of the range in the more bullish markets and maybe the higher end of the range in the more bearish markets, potentially setting up for a YM because YM's pretty underperforming here, relatively speaking. So if the YM does rotate back towards the open at the top, I may look for a short there. But right now, I'm going to ride these positions out I currently have. I don't have any open limits to take any new positions right now. So just, if I see anything of interest, of course, I'm going to jump right on it. But I feel pretty comfortable in my trade locations. I'll be moving my stop up here on the Russell shortly, hoping we can get through that midday swing high. But like I said, I've been posting. I posted this on my Twitter, just like kind of the end of the day screenshot. But for the full session, for the last 3 days, the Russell has been trending the most. And that's something I always like to take into consideration when I'm doing my market selection of what I want to trade.
I love the long copper trade. Someone's paying attention to the morning edge and the edge reports, man. Love you for that.
That's right. I got to get my tips from you, Jim.
No, that one is all you, but that was awesome, man. I'm glad to see it. All right, you guys, listen, I'm going to dip out here into the chat. I wish you guys, thank you for being here, by the way. I know I'm talking fast today. I got a lot of stuff on my mind, but thank you for being here with us today. Appreciate that. And best of luck on your trades today, guys.
Let's go.
Thanks, Jim.
Jim.
Take care.
Thanks, buddy.
Good afternoon, boys.
What's up?
Gentlemen.
How we doing?
Kicking off Monday.
Let's go. It's always a good day when you have the lucky NinjaTrader silver coin. You know what I mean? It stays out. Listen, this stays at my desk in my hands when I trade. And I think that's why I'm having such good days, such nice green days, is because I have this coin in my hand every trade.
It's the silver at the end of the rainbow.
That's right. It sits with me all day.
I got a couple pieces of silver. I got that one. It's a little out of my current reach, and then I don't know what Native American this is, and I don't want to butcher it. Anybody know a little bit about Native American history? Would be able to tell me who this guy is? Is it Black Hawk or something?
I have no idea.
Sacagawea, possibly.
Oh, I don't know. Looks good.
Not
Yeah,
I.
but
I haven't gotten to that college
2020,
class yet.
in 2020, I got obsessed with buying silver when it was like $17 an ounce. I was like, there's no way it's going lower. And I just like went to every freaking, I was buying it online, getting it shipped to my house. I was like getting like $5,000, $10,000 at a time shipped to my house of just like silver bars. I'm like, is this gonna get like stolen? Like it would just be so heavy, you know, it's just like brick.
Yeah.
I was like, as long as it's insured.
I also like to just fidget at my desk when I'm trading and looking at the markets. And so the my NinjaTrader coin just I sit here and just I spin it on my desk all day long as I'm trading.
Any positions, boys? I see you're in ES there still.
Yeah.
Joey's just a silent killer. He takes
I
trades.
don't.
He's in him and he's out him.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a little bit of a pullback. I will long the NQ if I can get a pullback here.
Joey, tell me about your patience. Where does that come from? Baseball, fishing.
Hmm.
I think you're the most patient trader on NinjaTrader, and I respect it. You know
Oh
you're
man,
edging you pay
I
for it.
like that. Thank you. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I know what I look for, and I trade in the IB. It's a little bit more of I would say a conservative strategy, if you will. And so I'm just waiting for those levels to come in play. But I don't know where I don't think I developed it anywhere. More so just from trading itself, I guess.
Mhm.
And have just like I said, having that more conservative strategy where I really do wait for like either IB low, IB mid, or IB high, or whatever it may be.
So I know like those are your levels. Do you have like entry criteria? Like it's just crossing above, and then you're watching the price action
Yeah.
around those levels, or like how do you kind of determine when you're pulling the trigger, when we're coming into those areas? Like what's your
Yeah.
strategy?
So there's when we pop those IB levels, like let's just take like IB low as an example. I like to see lack
Yaha!
of follow through. Right.
Let's go. I knew you were
What?
sneaking around there somewhere. Sorry, Joey.
I was so confused. I was like, what just happened?
Nothing. I was glued to the dom for that sweep. Um,
Nice.
yeah.
Um,
This seller, dude.
I really just wait for pushes out of those IB levels. And I like to see lack of follow through. And if you notice like the wicks here below IB low, when I see those, especially on days where it's kind of like more of a rangy day, when I see wicks coming out outside of the IB range, pushing us back within, that is like a key indicator for me that we are getting a lack of follow through through the IB levels. And so that's the indication for me to go long. Now there's a couple of scenarios there. There's one where I could say, when we get that lack of follow through, we get a strong candle closure back within the range, or it could be just purely momentum where we break out of the IB low, have a nice wick down at the bottom, showing lack of follow through, and momentum just straight pushing us back up into the range. Right. So there's a couple of scenarios that would trigger me to go long, but essentially that's a setup. Like I want to see a breakout of that level and then something indicating lack of follow through. And if I can get that, that's when I'll take the entry. Now, in like scenarios like this where I'm kind of waiting for a pullback here to see what happens, we already retested IB low and we already moved above VWAP here. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if we're really gonna hold above IB low here, we might get a pullback and see follow continued strength and getting back above VWAP. If that's the case, I'll look for longs. But initially off the jump, I want to see that lack of follow through with either candle closure or momentum.
Gotcha.
If that, I know that was a lot. Hopefully that made
No,
sense.
no, no. I mean, you're describing what you're looking for.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been my bread and butter. I mean, it works. And I trade VWAP as well, but like the same exact criteria where it's like if we are getting through VWAP, I like to see a push through VWAP and then that lack of follow through, that wick that brings us right back above VWAP there. And then I'll take that whatever direction that we're going. Right. And so just lack of follow through on VWAP as well. Same concept as the IB, just different instrument or just different indicator.
Mhm.
Come on, baby. Get in that 08. I got 7 points on that first one. I've been in and out of this short 7 I don't know, 1,000 times today. Um, but I wanted to go to the 90s. We are rejecting a bunch of my high time frame stuff right now. 75.33 level was very good. 75.23 also good. They actually together formed a really stupid head and shoulders pattern. So if you're into dumb patterns with dumb names, we got that going for us too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to not inverse my weekly homework today, and which is what I've been doing a lot. So I'll see long setup and be like, forget that prep. So today I'm trying not to forget the prep. Joey, if you could just please ignore this IB low break on ES, that would be great for me. Just let it go.
Just let it go. Let it be the break.
It does not need to be bought.
No, this is I mean, yeah, this got kind of heavy. So I mean, Nasdaq's still holding above IB low for now, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We did get some interesting sellers there come through on Nas. What are the targets usually? So I trail like I'll start with, say 20 micros as an example. Um, I usually start trailing out around like 25 points or so in the money, right? So I'll take like my first set of contracts out to lock in some profit at like 20, 25 points, then 35 or 40 points, somewhere in that general range. I'll take out more. I don't manually set TP. This is where this might get kind of controversial because I do this a little bit differently than most. I don't set manual TPs for trailing out. For me, mentally, it works better that I market order out of my trades when I'm scaling out. Mentally, it works better for me. So that's just what I've always done. And then I leave runners to run. So there is no set maximum TP. It's just once I get down to those final runners, I'm trailing up until the market decides to take me out.
Come on, you cowards. Why am I rooting for Bears on a Monday? What am I doing?
What's up, Luke?
Oh. What is up, Luke? Good to see you, homie. How the girls doing? Jim, give me that leaderboard. I picked Dasha this week. I had a vibe. So I need to know how my friend is doing.
Markman, I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I don't actually have a boy.
Man, dude, I'll meet you in the 90s, bud. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you in line to buy in utero. How's that sound? Does that sound good?
Yeah, I haven't taken a trade in oil today. Someone's mentioning here in the chat, but man, what an overnight session there. Big old gap up, came back down, filled it, traded the midpoint of Friday. And then huge, just a fat range, 84.60 on the high, all the way back down to 79.60 on the low. $4 range. Pretty decent for a oil to the two-sided trade. Set my timer. I just got long.
Ooh, Salma. Ooh, it's neck and neck.
Ooh,
okay.
Dude, Tanya.
Oh, look at that.
I was rooting for Tanya. She was leading earlier, getting close to it. I think Lumi just trades the first minute and then she stops every competition. I see her P&L go up and then it doesn't move the rest of the day.
Get that early P&L and just see what everybody else does.
Bro, can we get a competition with us three?
Oh, that'd be sick.
I'm down.
I don't think I've been put head to head with anybody yet.
Yeah, but Jack's not allowed to trade 85 billion markets. We got to cut off his legs here. I ain't
This
getting
is
into
the
a trade whatever the hell you want competition with Jack. He's going to have, he's going to be in soybeans destroying me. And I'm not going to know how the hell to even bring that up.
no, I mean, this is the thing. It's like it's useless. It's a disadvantage because like I actually tried to do that the last competition, and then what happened was because some of them are so useless to trade. Like there's no point in trading one MCL. Like you're literally
Right.
just wasting your concentration. You can do max $100 of damage. Like, and then you got a full Russell con. It's just like I want an equal weighted 3 product, and I don't care what the products are. Throw something out there that I don't even trade on a daily basis.
Well, here was my idea. I pitched this. So if it happens, that would be sick. It's not product limited, it's margin requirement limited. So you can do whatever that you want, but you just need to be within your starting balance, just needs to remain within day margin requirements. So
I
whatever
think
that
that's fair
means.
too.
Yeah.
That's fair too. So you can put up 5 NQ if you want, or you can go and yeah, I mean it'd have to be margin or notional value. No big here.
Jack trading lean hogs.
I don't venture that far off the farm.
If this works, I'm printing it out and putting it on the fridge. For sure.
You got NASDAQ trying to follow.
I don't know what made me feel so good in my process today. I need to go back and dig through like what did I do last night? I watched like what did I watch? What did I eat? I need to recreate this every day because this is a day I would have been looking to buy this reversal back to the other side of value, and I just didn't want to. I didn't like it because this seller just kept coming back down. I feel good about it.
Yeah. I might just switch over to YM shorts. It's kind of like my most confident position right now. Not that I have a position in it, but just like market read with these. These are looking a bit choppy, and that's like the most directional market I view right now. Lower low, lower high. Russell's kind of dilly-dallying around, not making a lower high, equal highs.
Yeah. I mean, I think NASDAQ's going to just flirt with IB low for quite some time, bounce between the low and somewhere in the middle of the range.
Yeah, I'd love to see a flush back to the prior day mid in the NQ. That's 28,815s. Might be a bit of an ask to happen until like maybe close to close, but that's
I want 805. So
805.
let's go.
Okay. Hey, it's on the table.
I'm telling you, man, it's extremely weird that we haven't talked to previous day close in either NQ and ES. That's the only thing that has my head on a swivel. DCP, Donnie, the floor dude that they talk about sometimes, he has a thought that I keep in the back of my mind all the time. I don't know if this is true or not, but in his read, the way that he looks at everything is anything in between today's open and yesterday's close is noise. In that he doesn't trade it, but that when I take a pit trader's point of view into consideration like that, it's like, okay, like we really haven't got to see the reaction from, I mean, we're above both of them, so that's kind of a way to view the reaction, but we haven't got to see the actual buying and selling reaction at where we closed yesterday yet at all today. So I don't know. I have no clue what those folks are up to down there, and I would love to know.
Biblical, I saw your comment there. Notice how IB mid is right at the high from Friday. Very unusual. Yeah, I noticed it was there, and that just could be a level of confluence. I wouldn't say it's like out of the ordinary to have a previous day level at a IB level for current day. Just kind of depends on what the market did, the previous day. previous session or in what we're doing, in the current session. But you could definitely add that as like a layer of confluence, you know what I mean? And I mean, you can see that, even just today, we did, after we failed IB low down there today, we did rally back to the IB mid and pop the mid as well as yesterday's high or Friday's high, and completely rejected. And we've been selling since. So that could have been a layer of confluence that you added for IB, which can be a good thing. There's some people have confluences like volume profile, VWAP. There could be a lot of things. So in my head, there's if you can add confluence to that helps you make, or feel comfortable in your trades, do it. I would say just be careful, because the more confluences you have, obviously, like the more you sacrifice entry location. But definitely, if it helps you, use it.
All right, lower low in both.
Yeah, you're getting a nice move below IB low there on NASDAQ too. It's looking pretty good for you.
I don't know. They just kind of went and dicked around at 28,900 and then came back up again.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to give up on it, but because this is how it's going to be. I finally have a decent spot in it. I will put in case I get popped, I'll do this.
Yeah, McDog 3 MCL is still a useless size compared to 3 MNQ. I mean, just the notional value of 3 MCL is, I don't know. I'd have to do the math off the top of my head, but it's 3 MNQ versus 3 MCL is about 3 times difference in notional value. So that doesn't make sense. Eight MES and 3 MNQ would make more sense. But even 5 M2K, I mean, we all know how to calculate notional value, do we?
Yeah.
Anybody here, anybody in the chat not know how to calculate notional value? We can give you a little lesson. You take the price of the index and you multiply it by the tick value, and that gives you the notional value.
Gonna need to step here on NQ.
Yeah, that's just not a continuation day. It's just not.
Yeah, IB low here on NASDAQ is just once again holding, buyers coming in off of it.
Don't jinx me. I added.
Well, there's a chance. There's a chance I might be fading you here soon.
It's fine. It's all good. That's what makes the market. I put 4 on. I'm going to try to just get 20 points with those 4 on MNQ. I'm still just keeping the 1 ES trade on. This is where, okay, bid steps into passive. All right, I will scale 1 there.
Back down to 920, still holding above IB low.
Just to I'll show my NQ trade here. So I added the short. I've tried it a couple times, been stopped. Short finally started to work here at 980. I added here at 9:30, looks like 37. And let's see him talk to IB low here, see what happens. Looks like seller's still happy. Anybody at 900? Nobody, no liquidity really hanging out.
Nasdaq might actually go grab that low a day.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against it. That's for sure. I got an order to short the YM. That's all I got out there right now. But
Down to just 2 again.
nice entry.
Put one here. Drag that guy here.
Nasdaq just feels too back and forth for me right now. It's like we're going to hold IB low or we're going to go run low a day.
Oh, there's a skipped print at there's a zero print at 7,550. It looks like, so I'll probably just nip up for a second and grab that. If we don't, that's very bearish. New low, okay. I must ate my Wheaties. That's what happened today.
What I would love to see is us actually go make a new low a day and then find a bid out of it, getting back above IB low, and I'll go long in that scenario as well.
All right, previous day close. Finally. Is anybody home? All right, we're really close to my target here at 92.25. So I'm going to get out of this if I see any sort of bid. It's passive. Guys at 95. I'm refreshing down there. 94.25. Yeah, they just added a ton. All right, I'm going to get out of that. And I will get down to 1 MNQ.
Nice trade.
Thank you. I still think it goes lower, maybe, but now at least somebody has talked to the previous day close. And I will bring NQ over since I'm still in a trade over there.
Nasdaq flirting with low a day here. Just needs a little shove.
It's getting shoved.
I think I'm going to get down and start looking at orders at 28,814 to 800 in the NQ.
Want somebody to shove? Come on.
So I'm still waiting on my singing lessons, bro.
I'm not that good of a singer. I can't teach you how to scream without losing your voice. I was very proud. Made it 4 days. Sung at what I would consider to be 90% or better every day, and that is maybe the first time I've ever done that. Things I can credit for that: not drinking 1,000 beers. That certainly is a lifestyle change that has positively affected my singing performance.
No Marlboro Reds.
Nope, and no smoking cigs. I was never a Marb guy. Ugh. Gag me with a spoon.
You a Newport guy?
No. I was, let's see. I enjoyed trying to find the best, cheapest cig. That was a part of my
a little Pall Mall.
I was a big Pall Mall Blue guy. back in the day when I was really, really broke, I would say the best cheap sig was Basics. Okay, there's that target on ES at 92.
Nasdaq grabbed that low a day.
Yes, 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 yes. But nah, SIGs are really bad for you, so I try not to do that.
What's up, Radish?
Yeah, just fridge SIGs. I don't know what to call Dr. Pepper Zero. It needs a cool nickname as well.
I actually had one of those earlier.
Dude.
I'm more of
Welcome.
a Coke Zero guy, but
Okay.
they were out of Coke Zero, so the next best thing was Dr. Pepper Zero.
Where are they out at Coke Zero?
Dude, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's just I don't know if my area are all addicted to Coke Zero, but it
You
seems
got
like
supply chain issues
they're
down
out of it for some reason. I don't know.
It's a run. It's a bank run on Coke Zero.
So you
Jack,
ever been to a Summerfest in Milwaukee?
I have not. I have heard about it though. I
Yeah,
have played on that. No, I'm sorry. I didn't play it. I just worked a show, but I worked a show down there where they have that. It might have been a Warp Tour. I don't remember. But beautiful, beautiful place. They put it like down there by the water downtown, don't they?
almost never drink soda. I do. I drink soda. It's got to be zero, though.
Sometimes I just raw dog the Mexican,
There you go.
just the real sugar.
Chipotle got the Mexican sodas.
Do they?
I think so. Yeah.
In the fountain?
No, it's the glass bottle.
You got to get the glass bottle.
Yeah.
The suckers are heavy.
Jack, I saw your daughter got her first bluegill.
She did.
Let's
She
go.
was very excited, and now she loves fishing.
Nice. So there's like tons of fishing trips in your foreseeable future.
Yeah, got to get them young. Got to get into it young.
Have I talked to you guys about my fishing? I think I've told you guys that Willow's been fishing every day.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yes.
Do you live near a pond?
Yeah, I do. I have caught nothing. And by nothing, I mean like nothing.
What are you using?
Worms.
Throw some corn out there. Maybe you gotta bait them.
Corn?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Dude, yeah, you just go get some frozen corn and just start feeding them, and then just throw it on a hook, dude.
Oh, I'm feeding the fish. The fish have eaten every worm that I've sent down. I have not yet. I mean, they have perfectly nibbled every worm off of the hook.
Maybe you're trying a smaller hook.
They're really. I don't know how much smaller it could be. I mean, this thing's like. I don't know.
Or you gotta thread them. You gotta throw. What are you using? Red worms or night crawlers?
I tried both. They just eat the shit out of both of them.
Yeah, no, they're good at that. They know what they're doing.
I'm not super into stabbing a worm with a hook either. That might be a controversial take, but
it's not exactly like your hands get gross. Your nails are just filled with worm goop.
She also lets one worm go for every worm we put on a hook. She sends one to the woods. So,
that's so cute.
It's some sort of like, I don't know what gave her this idea, but she's like, we need to balance out the worm murder.
What an empathetic girl.
She is. She's got a big heart.
It's a good sign.
But yeah, I mean, so I'm getting half the worms to work with anyways is my main point, because I'm losing half my worms to, I don't know. I got worm PETA working for me. And so, yeah. Jim likes this. Yeah, she does. She pardons one worm for every worm murder.
Full presidential pardon.
I'm trying to get good at fishing myself. I'm still not that good. I want to start a fishing YouTube channel. I feel like that would
Okay.
be like a fun little hobby, just like as a side venture. Just have like a little fishing YouTube channel. See if I could do
See,
something with it.
I just don't like editing videos.
See, I have a background in video editing. So that's,
Oh, do you?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I can do some animations and a bunch of other stuff. When I was in marketing before I was a trader, I had edited some like my clients' videos when I ran their ads for them. I would do some of their videos as well. Go hang out with PW.
Hot dogs. I ain't wasting a hot dog on a fish. Are you crazy?
No,
Perfectly good hot dog
You could
In this economy,
you can
in
go
this
catfishing with
economy.
it. Catfish love a hot dog.
Nah, if I go catfishing, I'm going to Louisiana. I'm gonna grab that thing with my mitt, let it chomp my elbow, bring it up like that Hannah girl, rip it on my shoulder.
so those big boys are heavy.
Tracy, yeah, I think I'm going to. I'm gonna try it. I just gotta get good first.
That's what I'm doing all this training for, Jack. Catfish lifting, hoist some catfish.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Is there a passive bid sitting at 858? I would say big time, my friend. Here's the thing. I mean, we've hit a couple of them on the way down, right? Small. Sorry, let me stop talking about fish for a second. So this is what we're watching. We're watching on the way down. Whoop. And bring this baby over for you. Okay. So this is a passive offer here, trying to hold this for continuation. This is a passive bid here. This is a bid that won. So we bid off this. This is also, I'm getting sus of this too because this is my extension target. This would be the next one now. But I don't know. ES is working harder. Anyway, so yes, this is passive bid, and so is this. This 14 traded here has a decent tail. I will say that, I'll bring this over so you can see it. There is a ton of zero print down here from 866 to 861.50. And the way that this played out on the low, this is pretty sketch as far as being complete or not being complete. They traded a ton at the low and did not trade any on the ask here, leaving all these zero prints behind. So I like this as a good, as targeting lower. That being said, I'm running out of reasons to go lower, if that makes any sense. ES has talked to its previous day close. We're now below it, so that's cool for our NQ trade. But that little bit of skepticism is gone now that I had when I got on the stream. So conviction is dwindling. I ain't going to buy it, though.
Yeah. I'm in thumb twiddling mode here. I got a couple limits above and that yes and the YM, but
No, Thedley, I'm not ignoring it. I'm just still, I mean, that this indicator is showing what I just showed you on the DOM and the Delta volume profile. So this is confirming all that stuff. Like we didn't make a new low. We just retested this on this side. So if I wasn't short, I would consider a long here, but on my weekly and monthly higher time frames, this is not viable for anything more than a scalp for me. And But if I had more than one lot on, I would scale out of everything but one. But I just have the one runner. So this trade is all but over for me.
It's been a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure, shot down. Happy to answer questions. We all love the questions.
Questions are
Yes.
good.
Keep them coming. Pump the likes and ask us things so we can talk to you for the next hour and a half.
The fee for getting your question answered is hitting the like button.
Small fee. Very
Just for a
small.
small fee.
Who would win in a wrestling match? I'm gonna say Joey probably takes it down.
I don't know. Jack's a big dude.
I feel
It
like you're
ain't
just
me.
more stacked. I don't think we're gonna ever have this wrestling match though. So
Probably
What kind
not.
of wrestling? Like, are we
Jello wrestling.
like am I in 8th grade? Oh, okay. No, okay. Jello wrestling.
You guys ever been to a Jello wrestling event?
No.
No.
What, you guys don't go on spring break to like Panama City Beach?
No. No. Not me. At what price or level do you stop considering those zero prints? Or no, I always consider them. Whenever they show up, it matters to me for sure. Because it is a sign of it's a sign of active buying activity. Like there are a few moments in this thing where buyers or sellers act like can tell you a thing for that you can be like, okay, that's a thing. That's one of those times. Somebody aggressively I mean on NQ, we'll just go back to that one because I think it's still cruising around down there. Yeah, it's grayed out because we've moved away from it. So I don't know how well you can see this now. But what happened was this was a sweep down, and we filled, I don't know, like 100 dudes here at 860 and 31 here at 64 and 66 here. So this is like sellers got to 861.75 and pushed into that. They didn't run out of gas. If they ran out of gas, you would see what you see down here, something like 131. You would see something low, but the bottom of that last leg was 100 people got filled. So that is a ton of buying pressing into something, not a like running out of energy sort of thing. So that's why I look for, and looks like we're cruising down now to maybe go talk to these zero prints again. You can't use them as gospel. You can't be like those will trade again, because that's how you end up blowing up your life. But it's good to keep an eye on them just because they're a clue. And if you're going to Sherlock Holmes this MF all day, you might as well look for clues. They're filling now. So we'll watch 861. We're going to watch this guy right here. This previous passive bid. We're going to watch this activity.
Boy, sellers are trying to keep the momentum going here. Get a new low a day right there on NASDAQ. You have a final runner in NASDAQ, right, Stowe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My limit's at 28.08 quarter, so bring us down there.
I don't know if that was a new low, Joey. It might have been like precisely equal low. Not for semantic purposes. I'm just like, why the hell did we just stop like that?
Yeah, that's weird. It looks like we got a new low by like a tick.
Okay.
On M&Q, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's good to know.
Yeah. Looks like this. I'm showing the low here on this 5-minute candle. 855.25. Previous low a day was 0.75. So just
Burrick,
barely.
yes. Some things in trading are gospel. Those things are the market will always do what you think it's going to do after you have oversized and blown up your account trying to make it do the thing that you wanted it to do. That is gospel. What else is gospel? Market always moves to the right.
Yeah, it does. If it stops moving to the right, and it's not the weekend, we have a problem.
RTH refers to the regular trading hours, which is the cash open to close. 9:30 New York to 4.
Market will always take the stupidest path to get to the most obvious destination.
All right, call me crazy, but I'm gonna throw on a long here on
I don't
MQ.
hate it now.
Yeah, it is front running IB low a little bit, but I'm gonna have a stop down there just below low a day. Keep it nice and tight, lower position size. See if we can get a run back to IB low up there.
ES is trying to put in a single print right now. We get to 330 and that single print to the downside is confirmed. That's pretty wild for the kind of day that we had. It just needs to get to like 75, 99 to fill it, I think. And invalidate it before 330, 99 and a quarter. I would like to show here. I'll show this. This is something that I feel like everybody should know when it comes to levels in general. If you take, I use MGI a lot, which is market generated information.
Yeah.
And I was complaining about, I was like, we haven't talked to previous day close. That's this spot here on ES at 96.75. Now, you would think logically that if we are spending the entire RTH trading day today above previous day close, that we must be bullish off of yesterday, right? So one might consider putting a limit order at previous day close and just trying to buy this spot once we get to it. The reason I don't use limit orders is MGI exists. Everyone can see it. It's not magic. Everybody knows that this is a previous day close here at 96.75. The way that price behaved here was there was no interest to buy this. It sliced through this level, and now we are building volume on the other side of it. Like previous day close has proven to be an LVN itself. And occasionally, like just because a level exists doesn't mean that it's either bullish or bearish. Like you need to wait and see what happens there. And a lot of times when price slices through a level and then immediately holds it, that is a clue for continuation. And ES is continuing to grind down through this. We got to the other side of previous day close, and it's done nothing but sell aggressively since. So something to take into consideration when you're thinking about using MGI, using levels that you plot, or they could be fibs, it could be whatever. Doesn't matter. Like wait to see reaction at the price before you get in. That's why I don't personally like using limit orders. New
Getting
low.
down.
That was quite the reverse there. Yeah. Couldn't quite make it to IB low there.
Agree, Hitman. Also, good morning. Good morning, sir. Yeah. Now that we're below 860, I am targeting this elite 803 now.
74.80 is what I'm looking at in the ES2 below us. I was hoping to get a fill a little higher on my short before trading lower, but
Hey, man, what'd you show up to just hit me with semantics all damn day? What's this? What's this? You trolling me? It's morning somewhere.
Interesting. The Nasdaq has held the sell like it has.
Yeah, I mean, it's really bearish on the high time frame.
Yeah.
I can pull this up. This is, if you want to see some magical bullshit, it's this right here. So we rejected like to the tick. This is almost some shit I could sell course with right here. Just joking. To the tick, the monthly -1. And this is also another level I had here the previous week, -1 close at 29,022. Anything below that stuff. And, you know, we also have actually 748. Nice. I'm an idiot. That's where the target is. So we have previous day close is fine. There's a high probability that we retest the weekly open on either Monday or Tuesday of the week if we're, you know, above or below it. So, and I didn't realize that we hadn't done that yet today in RTH. So that's my bad for not pulling this chart back up. So bearish on the
unless we can get back above these highs today, or not today, but like this week.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just kind of a continuation of the downtrend we saw starting really on Wednesday of last week so far.
Where's weekly open? 85, 84.75 on ES. Okay. Damn, I should have held that ES runner. That's okay.
I feel like that every trade that I get out of that keeps going. Should have held it.
Oh, I thought I ran out of targets and I didn't.
You had one more.
Yeah, Candle Nerd. We will be doing the vibe check show this evening. I think. I haven't talked to Nick specifically about it today, but yeah, I believe so. No, Isaac, that's not what I would call my course. I would come up with some wacky shit. You better believe me. This is the one thing that everybody in the white van doesn't want you to know. This is the real liquidity. It's the Emerald Pool Index. I'd have to come up with something good. Maybe there's something I could do with like the gamma that we see is not the real gamma that market makers use. Maybe I could come up with some fake gamma.
More data.
String bean, you've been in here this whole time and you have just bought your first prop account. This is the beginning of your prop trader arc right now, huh? All
You're
right.
about to go down a long journey.
Welcome to hell. Just kidding. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's personal preference question that you're asking. I don't trade more than one account at a time right now. So
If you're new to prop and it's your first time, I would just start with one and then get comfortable and then just do five. But I would start with one. They trade very different than like say our cash accounts do. So you kind of have to get used to like the rules and all of that. Decent little bid coming there on the NAS.
Um, nay, I'm Shardahar 1016. The high day has zero taper. Yes, don't I know it? If the market rarely resolves like that, is that a good target? Like XYZ says. Well, I would say it's not a bad target, like in general. And however XY said that, you got to understand the context of the day has to be taken into account. I know he would do the same thing. The way so absorption ends in two different ways. Well, absorption ends in three different ways, right? Like you absorb into a spot, which is a bunch of active participants meeting a bunch of passive participants. The first way that can resolve is that passive participant is greater than the active participant. So the active participant never gets to the end of the passive participant's liquidity, and price just either falls away from that or rises off of it. Either one can happen. Absorption can just end with, price not splashing it. The second way it can end is you see a bunch of absorption, price breaks through the absorption, and you see exhaustion. So absorption followed by exhaustion is also a reversal trigger. That's the easier one to play because you at least get some sort of signal. So, like for example, if this was a spot we were trying to trade at 839, we see all of this absorption. If we saw a big splash lower and it made a tail of, several small digits on the Delta market profile and then reclaimed it quickly and started to go up, that would be absorption followed by exhaustion, followed by a reclaim. So if this was a level we were watching, then we could long that based on that. The third way it resolves is absorption followed by continuation, which is kind of what we're seeing right now. So we were absorbing into this spot. We broke through it. And if we revisit this spot and keep going, now we see more active selling following it. So this is continuation now. So absorption followed by continuation. The third way it resolves. And ES is puking right through its weekly open too.
Sellers are relentless.
Coming into my bid here in the NASDAQ. So we'll see if we get a reaction. We're at the midpoint of the prior day. This is where it is a make or break for me. Bring my order into the view of the people.
Mr. Golden Peanut, when one index touches this weekly open, but the other one hasn't, what to expect? Well, you shouldn't expect anything when either of them touched either one. You should just see how price reacts. But NQ and ES have not been as coupled the last couple weeks. That's one thing that made my trades suck for sure, because I relied on both of them to be doing the same thing all the time. So if I was in an ES trade, I'm done at that target. I'm in an NQ trade now. So I'm cognizant that that has happened on ES, but I also watched price slice right through it on ES. And now we have broken below the overnight low, which is a statistical improbability to happen. You rarely break the overnight high and the overnight low. And we're still seeing selling continuation here on NQ. So I'm not done with this yet. Oh, look at this turkey on ES. Some 1,000 lot guy. All right, now I'm done.
Yeah. Right at my 80 level. These are both my levels in the indexes.
So yeah, don't expect anything, but just like the other thing too is I guess if I'm being honest, I do take in if they both haven't hit it, that is a higher probability setup for me than if one has hit it and the other one has not. So now that ES has gone through its weekly open, it kind of cuts my motivation to get to NQ's weekly open in half. If I'm being honest, doesn't mean we can't still get there, but I don't know, man. How much more do I want out of this? I had like 130 points on the trade, and so this was getting asymmetrically risk. Like the risk profile was getting asymmetric on me for sure.
That was a killer trade, Stowe. Killer trade.
Thank you, bud. I appreciate that. I feel good about it. That's right. Production. You all know me. Still the same OG.
Let's go.
Right back to the point of control for Jack, and this is the perfect handoff trade.
Man, every time those buyers try to catch a bait, you see how fast those sellers slap it right back down?
Yeah, man.
I mean,
all day these turkeys been doing that. Yep.
Just slapping them.
I guess also anecdotally, you could in theory watch me trade the short side as an indicator And if I am winning, you have to know that that must be really aggressive selling for me to be able to pull that off. Because if it's not, then I'm typically getting chewed up, even if it does go lower. So there had to have been some dude partying today for me to get in there. I'm trying to chat because I like you so much. I'm trying to think of active ways that you could be inversing me to your own benefit, and that could be one of them. $10 and that single print is real. Oh, that 75 guy's gone too. That was sneaky. Yeah, Nazar. I mean, yes, it was. It was in the middle of the range. And this is, I mean, honestly, this is pretty tough. Here, I'll pull it all the way back if you want to see. This is the logic I was using. We go all the way back here to like 1230. This was a big. Okay, so this level 29,000 2250. This is something I was this is previous weeks -1. So anything below that is continuing a weekly downtrend, or at least showing a weekly downtrend. We got this really large sell candle here at 1241. This nuked all these stops. We ground up and retested this previous support here, retested the RTH open, came down and made a lower low, came about halfway back up, made a lower low. So I just started leaning on active selling when I saw it. My first attempt was here at 946, sold, got 2 off, and then stopped out. I think I stopped out in profit right there. Yep. And Jim, that's for you to be proud of. Sold here, got 1 off, stopped out here, and then I was just leaning on selling continuation off of this spot. It happened to be the point of control, but when I'm on the right side of that weekly and monthly trend, I tend to be able to catch continuation stuff. So when they're both aligning like that, I have to take advantage of that situation.
Well, are we just gonna keep running lower the rest of the day?
Take a break right here.
What do we think? Yeah.
Across the board, we're at supports for me. So basically, Friday's low in the ES, the midpoint of Friday's action for the NQ. So pretty big divergence as far as where they are in those ranges. The ES at lows and the NASDAQ in the middle of the range.
If it can make, this will be productive for longs tomorrow. If this can, it would be cool if ES builds this out down here and gets back above its weekly open, which is at 85. We're holding below it right now, but to get back above and move higher, this is good. It would be good to leave this behind, and that would be constructive for sure for highs, for just for longs in general into throughout the week. So maybe it'll do that by the time it's done today. Burke, you can ask whatever the hell you want, bud. I hope everybody knows that. Don't be afraid to type in the chat. It's not, there's literally no reason to be.
We love the questions.
Yeah, man. Like,
ask
please
away.
don't be shy.
That's why you guys watch us, so we could answer.
Yeah. The hell else am I doing?
Can't be talking about fishing the whole time. You gotta be asking questions.
True.
I would love to talk about fishing all the time.
Explain a single print. Okay. So a single print is an auction market theory concept that basically the idea is, well, if you're familiar with fair value gaps, this is kind of maybe the easiest way to explain it. It is not the same thing as a fair value gap. It is close. It's close enough for horseshoes as far as the explanation goes. Basically, what it means is price only traded in this area and did not trade back into it. If you can see this red little highlight here. So 74.99.25 to 74.99.50. This highlighted red area. So as soon as 3 o'clock started, this appeared. And what this is this is a potential single print. And if we do not trade into this before 3:30, then this will be a confirmed single print. And what that will mean is price only traded here during that period alone. It did not trade here during any other period other than M period, which is 3 o'clock to 3:30. That is a single print in auction market theory world, market profile world, whatever you want to talk about. There are many ways to use those. You can use them as continuation ideas. That's what typically how we use them, is a sign of aggression in one direction. And so I rarely take trades against those if they exist. So if we get to 3:30 and this single print confirms, it's even more reason for me not to be long right now. That being said, we don't have one on NQ. So is that half the confluence for me? Kind of. Sure, PJ. No problem. Burke, you're going to need to be more specific than break down a delta. I don't. What do you want to know about delta?
Starting from the top. What is it? What does it mean?
I mean, delta is just shown on a delta volume profile. It's just literally what traded at the ask versus minus what traded at the bid. That's it. It's just math. One can use delta for a trade to, I don't know, give you an idea of what buyers and sellers are doing at a specific level that you're trying to trade. If you have a point of interest in mind that you would like to take a trade at, you can see things like absorption, exhaustion, active and passive spots that are being rewarded or punished, depending. You can use it in continuation. You can use it in mean reversion strategies. It's just showing you what buyers and sellers are doing at that specific price. Yeah, it's not the same thing as what they use it for in options. I believe it's been a long time since I looked at the Greeks in options, but I believe delta is the amount that the option increases or decreases depending on a dollar move in the underlying for an option. Option is also delta of an option is also controlled by Vega as well. So yeah, they're not. It's not the same thing. It's not what not what we're doing. Also, I might have made both those things up. Somebody can fact check me about that. Hey, I was right, Tracy. Woo! Nice. Let's go. And does the delta change based on Vega? Was I right about both? Woo! Yeah, options have tons of weird stuff going on with them. Talking about charm. That's a weird one.
Okay, what's that there?
Hey-o. Someone was very happy. So we have whatever that pop was. Jack, I hope you're still in. Whatever that pop was, we have these zero prints here at 86 to 85 now on ES. So that's very aggressive. Are you serious, Rusty? Are you joking, bro?
You know what that pop is? That pop's from me premeditating that pop.
That's good.
I just canceled my shorts, so I had orders to go short YM and MES, and I'm obviously already long MNQ and M2K. But I'm gonna see where we go from here. I might short a little higher. I don't know what that was, but gold move too. Oil move. I'm sure it's related to the war. But yeah, if that doesn't last long, that's not going to be a good sign for bulls.
Yeah.
News from Axios. Man, Axios, I feel like I never heard of them 3 years ago, to be honest.
Same.
And now they're just all over the place.
Same. So yeah. Let's watch this 86 to 85. To further explain what this zero print is, this is enough market orders that went through on that pop that it only traded on the ask side, did not trade any on the bid. So, like, as you can see in the resting liquidity, there's, 30, 20 to 30 to 40 sitting at each tick on ES. So someone must have market bought enough that it just went up the entire side of the ladder and needed all of those to fill without getting any market orders to cross back on it to the bid. So that is a sign of aggression. And sure is very happy right now.
Stops up.
Dominic Clark says, is that a sign of aggression or a short covering going into the close? Those are the same thing. The only difference is that I don't care why the aggression exists. It's just aggression. It could be a short covering. It could be a new long. It could literally be anything. It doesn't matter. The only thing I need to know about it is that it was buyer aggression.
We barely swept overnight low in the ES, barely swept overnight low in the Russell, traded the middle of Friday's range in the NASDAQ, and the Dow's been the weakest market. So we've kind of been creeping through lows there. So I still think if you do want to go get short, when this eventual pop, I guess, fades, then the Dow is going to be the one I'm going to gravitate towards. See if I can get some of these first targets off, and then I don't know. If in my opinion, if that's the low, it should be the low of the day. I mean, it's 330. We're either going to get a little bit of a squeeze back into the middle bit of the range. But if you just think about, like, I don't know, I think today was more of a range day. We rallied from Friday's low. We have like a little bit of a mixed performance here, and more likely more than the downside than the upside. I mean, let's see here.
I mean, this is great for the rest of the week for me. I hope that if 85 holds, that's so sick. That makes me so happy.
ES is flat on the day. NASDAQ's up. Dow's leading down on a percentage basis, and the Russell's right behind it. So
not too much, though? Just like a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Is the initial balance and opening range the same thing? No. The initial
By the way,
balance is the first hour of RTH trading. The opening range can be whatever you would like the opening range to be. The official technical one is 30 seconds. That pit traders used to use. That's what PAX uses. I use the 5-minute opening range. Some people you also use the 30-minute opening range, but yeah.
okay, Iwi, there's no way to determine if they're buyers or short covers. You can guess, but there's no way to actually know.
Yep.
There's no way to know what they're like. You just don't have that data. It just doesn't exist. I don't know. Maybe Citadel does because they're routing your own orders, but there's no way to know. So don't overthink it. You can assume, based on the position of the market or whatever, but you do not know.
The only thing that, yeah, exactly. The only thing you can know is like those were buyers. If you're short and you have to cover that short, you have to buy, right? So a short covering is a buyer. Also a buyer is a buyer. They look exactly the same on the tape. Same thing. Anybody that tells you like, oh, shorts are covered, like, no, not in the futures market. Nobody has any clue the difference between those two things. You could after the fact guess if you want to try to explain like some wacky ass theory that you have. And then it's helpful for you to call them short covering, but yeah. Are you gonna come back and try?
Yeah, level 6 data. Let me know where to subscribe to that.
That's the $100,000.
Yeah.
That's the advance that I can get. I can get those alerts milliseconds ahead of everybody else.
So if you're looking at like options data, you can have a little bit better of an idea because like options have a spread. So they'll be like, let's say the offer on the options contract is $1 and the bid is 90 cents. And you see a huge order and it trades at 90 cents, it trades on the bid. That typically means somebody's selling it. So you can kind of know like what that is. And then based on whatever the open interest is, you might be able to tell if it's a new opening position. So it's a new long or a new short on the contract based on the price it's traded and because you know what the current open interest is on that contract. If you're looking at like big numbers, sometimes it trades the midpoint between the bid and the ask and you don't know. But in futures, there's no way to tell. So don't think about it. It's just
Yeah, I watch the tape all day. I don't trade it all day though. I would die. But yeah, I look at it. I mean, if I'm trading, I'm watching the bid and ask for sure.
not liking it. It's still kind of getting.
We still did not talk the previous day close from
Yeah,
the
we're
other
not
side.
lifting too hard here yet.
Nope.
Got about 20 minutes left.
Is there a good mobile Dom? I don't think so.
Yeah, I would say that's probably pretty hard to trade a mobile DOM. We've lost our dear friend Joey
Oh,
to the duck pond.
all right, there he goes. Dominic, I don't quite understand that question. So all right. So market orders are the only way that the market moves around. Limit orders are the other kind of order. And those are what get filled when people put market orders in. So in order for the market to move, market orders have to exist. So by definition, if the market is moving, whether it's aggressive or not, that is based on a market order.
Yeah, Jim. I mean, there is a great NinjaTrader dome if you're looking for a dome, but I don't know how effective it would be to trade on your phone off a dome, looking at tape, expecting some type of positive results. Just with
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, Jim, I'll have to.
That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, I don't think it's an effective trading strategy. I'm sure
stuff that
somebody can prove me wrong, but
now the stuff that I'm looking at on a DOM. I mean, if you just enter and exit on a DOM, the NinjaTrader mobile DOM is great. But the things that I'm showing you, bid and ask, pulling and stacking, that's not something that I would recommend anybody touch on a mobile anything.
where did I learn my fib approach? Staring at the screen for 10,000 hours and figuring out what levels react and when they react.
Jack, I have a question.
I've been staring at the computer for literally 15 years straight every single day.
Jack, do you think there is a way to get good at anything without 10,000 hours?
I think you can fast track it, but like but of course, the more time and experience, the better you're going to get. I think, you can't learn in 500 hours what you can learn in 10,000 hours, but you can also, on the way to that 10,000 hours, you can waste a lot of hours.
Yeah.
Like if you have somebody who's had 10,000 hours teaching you their 10,000 hours of information, you could cut that learning curve in half, because I think part of the 10,000 hours is actually you just figuring out what you even need to look for.
Yeah.
But like if somebody can teach you what you need to look for first, then you can speed up that process significantly.
It also depends on like the person's learning curve, right? Because everybody can learn something at a different pace than what like others could, right? Where somebody, it could take like that amount of hours, but then some could get it in way less, right? Or get good at it in way less. So I think it just depends on the learning curve of that particular person.
I have no plans to do a develop your edge Fibonacci sequence thing. But I mean, I have a lot of that honestly in my own Discord. But realistically, if we were all trading the same fibs, the thing about my trading's limit order trading. So you guys are seeing my orders like well in advance. It's a little different than just market ordering. So honestly, it's more competitive in a sense that we're like, if I had a bunch of people just copying all of my orders, we'd all just be competing on the exact same price. And that's the difference between limit order trading and market order trading. Because we're literally all sitting at the same areas. Your stops are at the same of mine. Like it can, in a large group audience, affect your slippage.
By the way, I was on a phone call. What was this pop that we just had? What happened there?
Well, so you see, I bought the market and I got a plug at Axios, and I tell them to tweet once I go long.
Oh, okay. There we go.
But yeah, it was an Axios article.
Hi, Stowe. Why does the price react aggressively most of the time when it reaches imbalances? Are those unactivated orders? Well, Pablo, I don't know what you mean by imbalance.
I am not a market maker, but I like to call myself one.
We are market takers, my friends.
We're market takers. Market making is a whole different level of sophistication, capital intensity, electronic equipment. Like some of the stuff I do is pretty sophisticated. I do have some automation stuff. Like all my orders, like I don't know if any of you guys notice it, but they're constantly changing size, and I'm actually not even touching them. They're just changing size based on the volatility. So if I want to risk $500 in trade and we increase in volatility, my order is automatically going to change in size. And that was a code that I actually offered to anybody who watched my Develop the Edge segment. It's just how I keep consistent risk sizing, as opposed to, so I can type in any number, $800, $600, $200, $500, whatever. And based on however much volatility we're trading, my orders will automatically adjust size based on my input risk. So there's a couple things I do that are pretty advanced, I would say, that like just most people aren't doing. But once again, that's one of those things that takes you 10,000 hours to figure out. I got friends that are market makers. I mean, I live in Chicago, and I have friends of mine who work for big desks. And I mean, what they trade and the way we trade is just totally different. It's not even comparable.
Jack, is supposed to be hot up there in Chicago this week.
Yeah, it's actually, I mean, God, dude, that smoke was so bad. It was literally gross. There was like, if you spent the whole day outside and you came home, you had silt and soot on your body.
Yeah,
like,
I forgot y'all have
in the
that.
shower, and literally like black would come out. So it was like kind of hot. We're gonna be hitting the mid 90s or like low 90s later this week, which is fine. It was almost too hot last week. It was pushing like 97 when I was up in Wisconsin. Like I didn't even want to jump there. Like it was so hot. It's gross.
I forgot y'all had all that smoke.
Dude, it was
coming through.
nuts.
I'm like 7 hours and like 30 minutes or so, 7 hours, 40 minutes from you. We haven't had any of that here. Yeah.
I think it comes down the lake, you know, and because if you go like 100 miles west, it wasn't as bad, but I mean, I can see the Sears Tower out my window like on any given day. I could not see any bit of the skyline. Just and it is just completely from smoke. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's supposed to get really hot. We're supposed to be like 98 tomorrow. It'll be crazy hot here.
Fish don't like 98-degree weather, that's for sure.
I don't like 98-degree weather.
Dude, it was 65 here this morning. It was awesome.
Boat, I'm okay with it.
I had a hoodie on for like 15 minutes today. It was great.
Lake Michigan stays cold enough no matter how hot it gets, but like smaller lakes will heat up, you know, to like literally 80s if it's that hot for an extended period of time, which is a little gross.
Yeah, MOC is coming up in a minute and a half. What do we think?
Really curious about these 86 to 85. Like, I am rooting for this to not get touched.
Then we go back to the middle of the range, maybe for close,
so.
or at least back into the range.
I just want to close above it and move away. That would be, it's perfect for me for the rest of the week. I don't want to spend more than one day focused on the short side. So,
Ronald, subscribe to my YouTube. I'll make some this week. I did see that. I haven't gotten around to it, but I will make some.
For Dom and tape reading stuff, XY has a ton of free stuff that is on YouTube, on his own YouTube, and the one that we share. It's all really recent. I don't know of any that aren't pretty old. The ones I watched I don't know. Our strategies have evolved a lot since those things. They're good intros into like what it is. There's like that Milto's price ladder guy. That's pretty good. The other ones I probably wouldn't recommend though, because it's like
Attention
from
traders. It's
2010,
algo time.
2005, and ES used to move a lot differently back then. So the algo was angry that day. All right, here come those prints. This is what we're watching right here.
Algo time.
Make or break me, baby. Still bump up the O3s here in the NASDAQ. See what we're finishing the day off on my scanner. What's moving? RTH sessions. This is the full session here. The weakest market is the Canadian dollar and the Swiss franc. Strongest index on the RTH session is the NASDAQ and the Russell. Let's see what we are on the RTH. Yeah, I mean, RTH has clearly just been downtrending. I mean, the full session and the RTH are always going to be different, but nothing really to write home about. But I always like to see anything over 50%, either downtrending or uptrending, is a market I'd like to pay attention to. For me here today, it was copper, trending up over 50% for the full session and 60% for the RTH session. So that is my go-to market. It's just got the strongest trend. So I'll look for a trade in copper again. I've already taken 2 to target there, which when something's moving one direction.
Fedley, have you been calling me Nick all day? Because somebody's been talking to Nick today, and I think Fedley has been calling me Nick all day. It's pretty funny.
Oh, no.
All right, we're filling those. No, it's good. I'll take Nick's a good-looking guy. I'll take that. Trading into 85. Two more ticks to close it. Oh, that was enough. Did you guys see that in real time, chat? Do you see that big sweep that came down? Now we have these empty guys here. Now we made a ton of zero prints on sweep down from 84 to 82. So that's selling aggression that is currently getting, not rewarded. Nick first, Stowe. I have a video on how to set up the free DOM on my YouTube channel, and in that video, I show you how to put my actual settings in there if you choose to do so. But there is a 15-minute video, should be able to walk you through everything, bud.
Cool. Stacking Benjamins, just make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube, because that's where I'll be posting those videos. I'll throw them up on my Twitter as well once I make them.
Time to find my channel. I think it's on, I don't know. I tweeted it. It's got to be somewhere, right?
We're just coming right back down. Can't lift out of here too much.
Ah, Mr. Butters, dude. Yes, I'm glad we took that series. We should have swept. Santana, man. Dude's the bane of my existence. Would literally kill for a new closer right now.
New low a day on NQ, MNQs.
Yeah, it's gonna puke itself to this 765 probably. MNQ's market on close algo is at 355 also Eastern. So in a minute, that could push it. That being said, trying to infer what the algo is or isn't going to do, not a good trading strategy. Better to just leave this thing alone if you're not in a position, because you can get got. There it goes. 80, 75, 73. Ooh, he's going to get it.
Yeah, puking right now into the close.
No new low on ES, though. It's got to talk to its previous day close. They're friends. Thank you, Cause. Thanks for hanging out.
Ready for 28K tomorrow on NQ.
Mm.
Oh, that'd be quite the little dumpski.
Well, now that you said it, I feel like you've hurt its chances of happening. So I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get it.
I mean, I would, for like the short term, I would like that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Give a little opportunity to load up on some long terms.
28K even.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna see where we're at based on the bands and weekly open. If we're below weekly open tomorrow and still in these lower bands, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could see 28K this week. I don't know about tomorrow, but
yeah, getting 700 points in a day is
without a catalyst, I don't know. It's just a slow drip, pop back and fill kind of environment right now. And there was some cascading going on Thursday, Friday, but even that pop back distribution here that we had today.
We do have some earnings this week that could help us if they are bad.
What's this week?
I
think we got. So we only have Google and Tesla this week.
There's probably a few more.
I think Tracy said something interesting about earnings on her Twitter the other day, or maybe that was yesterday, where we're finally going to get a look into what oil companies, Tracy, if I'm killing this paraphrase, let me know. But we're going to get a look into oil company actual projections on how the Strait is going to affect profit margins and shit, right? Wednesday. Cool.
Oh my gosh.
Do you guys follow Tracy on Twitter? You should.
Yeah.
She's often saying stuff like the Strait is still closed. What the hell is this?
She only has like 380,000 followers. I'm not joking.
It's true.
Oh my goodness.
I know. Tracy's famous.
She is.
Jason, did you get noticed in public?
See, am I following Tracy? Tracy, what's the handle?
Oh my God. Shy Girl.
Shy Girl, baby.
CHIGRL. Oh my God. Joey, welcome to NinjaTrader Live.
I think I am though. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up here.
So we have, by the way, on this NASDAQ, this daily candles, it's the textbooks will call it inverted candle. And after a downtrend, it usually means the next day is bullish. However, the sell-off happened in the afternoon. It was relentless.
It was.
And we're getting close to that anchored VWAP that I anchored back in March 31st, those March 31st lows. We're almost, well, not almost there. That's probably seven. Let's see, where's that at? Anchored VWAP. 28, we'll call it 28,530. And then previous week's low is 408. So there's some areas of interest down below, fellas.
Yeah. It's not the world's greatest close for longs.
No. Nope. Back to where we started from. There we go.
There it is.
We did it.
Woo!
We still got positions cooking.
Beautiful.
I just took a little long in the NQ for this little anticipated close pop. But that's it.
Joey and Stowe, you guys flat?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yep. I took that one trade earlier. I haven't entered anything since then. So still flat. We'll see what tomorrow brings.
Yep.
Had a
Tomorrow.
good start to the week.
Yep. Speaking of tomorrow, a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. By the way, it's National Junk Food Day.
Ooh.
That's a thing.
Well, not only that is a thing, but it's also National Be Someone Day,
Oh, okay.
which
Be
is even a
someone.
weirder thing.
That's every day for me.
Nice. Very good, Joey. Very good.
I'm gonna
And-
shave my head and show up like look like Joey.
I double dog dare you.
Please do.
There's
I'll get a ball.
There's a plane ticket and an all expense weekend down in Charleston with me if you shave your head.
I would
All
love
right.
that.
Don't be surprised if I show with no hair tomorrow.
My
We'll have
my
Hold
uncle
on,
always tells me, he's like, "Hey, don't shave your head. It might not come back, dude." So
I feel like I feel like I got to stream with Jack when he does it. That way we can just be bald together. And I don't think I'll be on tomorrow. So
No, yeah, for sure.
My
I
friends will
gotta
be like,
wait.
who's that bald headed dude you hang out with? He's awesome.
I don't know. NinjaTrader, if he shaves his head bald, you might have to just throw me into the schedule.
Oh my God.
Guest appearance.
All right. Other than it being in 1873 on this day, it was Jesse James's first train heist. That's important to know.
sick.
Sick.
Tomorrow's guests, talk about six, though. We have Ryan Paisley is our special guest. He's the dude who runs PIQ Markets. And that's like one of these mega X sites that lists everything we all want to know about. So I'm looking forward to see Ryan tomorrow. T-Trade is going to be with us on Tape Talk. Merritt, Black, and Christian Trading Boxes are going to be trading barbs from the get-go to trade the open tomorrow. Those two ready for the fireworks. They love each other deep down inside, but they start off a little excitable. Leo and Selma are joining them in the midday market. So we'll see Leo and Selma tomorrow. And then in the afternoon, the hardest working guy on NinjaTrader Live, Jack, will be back with XYZ and Nick tomorrow afternoon, trade the close. So full day tomorrow. A lot of stuff happening here in NinjaTrader Live. Last a piece of announcement also, because when the bell rings tomorrow, we're not done. We're going to keep going. There is a 4:00 special event on our newly released Discord channel, NinjaTrader Live Discord, and you'll be able to pop in Q&As directly to Deli and AJ from Lucid, and they'll talk everything trading, everything prop, everything. So pop in there, ask Deli how he does it with the hair. It's just I don't know, but he'll answer these questions. It'll be awesome. 4:00 tomorrow. So hopefully we'll see you there. There's a link in the chat. You guys could sign up for. It's free, by the way, as everything is in NinjaTrader Live. So, having said all that, another great session. Appreciate you three being with us as usual. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the subscriptions, everybody. The thumbs up. Great day today. We're going to have an even greater day tomorrow. Remember, most important message of the day, please be safe out there and be good to each other. We'll see you soon.
See you, chat.
Take care, chat. Later, guys.